What even is growth? Growth. Now that I think about it, growth is all about how you move one with nature flawlessly throughout time and space and meet your destiny on a fine scale between the two dimensions, the upper and the lower, and how you move through space and time flawlessly. That's growth. Growth is hard to achieve, hard to come by, but it comes naturally to everyone. A lot of philosophers debate growth. They think of growth as something tangible, like an aspect where they sort of, well, uh, enjoy kind of their philosophy, I guess. Well, in philosophical concepts, growth is like the mind, and the mind always changes and grows. And in philosophy, the mind is the central processing unit of thinking. And how does thinking work? Good question, Dodger Man. Well, I suppose the mind and thinking is sort of like, a signal. It's a signal. Thought is a signal. It's when your neurons and synapses flash up in your brain and you start to think. And a lot of philosophers debate on thinking because that's part of growth. But realistically, with philosophy of thinking and growth, you sort of create thoughts where you grow. So these thoughts make you grow education and reading and practicing and daily mastering craft and books and libraries and education thinking all help you grow. Now, how does um the mind relate to growth? Well, it's quite simple really because in aspects the mind is this chip in your DMT producing pineal gland, and that's your mind. Your mind is DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Now, kids, do not smoke drugs, do not take DMT, do not smoke cannabis, it's unhealthy. Only when, never. No, never. Well, smoking is fun, as long as it's a cigarette. Or if you go to Amsterdam, you might as well get a puff on the zoo when you're 90, when you're retired, when you're financially free, and your parents don't hate you, and you're no longer growing. You're just this fresh stalk of beetroot chilling out in a coffee shop in Amsterdam. Raz Devers. If I do dirty. I'm joking, but anyway. Smoking is kind of fun because it helps you grow. It helps you think. It depends how you treat a cigarette. If you smoke, if you smoke like me, and by the way, do not smoke if you're under the age of 18. But if you smoke like me, then obviously, you just sort of do well in life, innit? And what the fuck you expect from me, man? I already told you, I don't know how to grow. You just gotta get it stuck in your head, the clear image. Just think on the precise point of axis, X, Y, Z, and create your character, build your character up, choose your identity. That's growth. Build your character. Any character you like. You can be Alice in the Wonderland. You can be Jack the Ripper. You can be a feeling creature. You can be a DMT dwarf. But be creative. Don't steal ideas that already exist. Don't be a DMT dwarf. Be a DMT elf. See, I once texted my friend. She does smoking as well, paraphernalia. She does smoking. I'll share her out later in the description. But I I was texting a friend and I was like, do you puff on your cigarette when you smoke? It's that habit you have. And she was like, oh, why'd you pop up to me with these weird smoking fetishes? And I'm like, the fuck are you going on about? Smoking fetish? You don't want smoking for a baguette, mate. I just like to puff on my cigarette. It's a habit I have. But if you do puff for a baguette, I don't judge you for it. You do what you like. As long as it's part of growth. You gotta drill it for the students' heads. You gotta repeat the same thing over and over again. Like my girlfriend keeps calling me, Daouf, 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 Daouf. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I just get ears like that, it's like that. And it's like all coming out. And it's like all these essences coming out of my ear. And I just scratched my ear, by the way. Staying there makes my ears itchy. Like, what the fuck, man? Rectangles and triangles. But yeah, growth is a funny one because it can pick a character that you want to be. For example, you can be a butcher, a pattern butcher, in Ricochet, and you can focus on that and you'll grow into it. Because you're a live being. You have organism, you're an organism, you have cells, you have, I don't know. You have Pochkas, man. You have Pochkas for the Russian-speaking people. What's your base Pochka? Yeah. You have internals. Like your pancreas, your kidney, your urinals, and your fresh, lovely meats. What? But yeah, growth isn't really all that complicated because you gotta have the idea of what you want to move towards, what you want to be, what you're trying to do, who you're trying to prove. For Dennis fans. Dolph, growth, Dolph. Just then I lay in bed, and my soulmate just like barricades from my head, and just my mind, and starts to telepathically communicate with me. She starts to send signals, and she's like, Dolph. It's a French word, I think. Der is like German. In the German, for example. In the German, got my eyes whipping in the German, got my rusty glockers in the German, and my French tea in the German, and I'm British in the German, and it's raining in the German. The oath, it's raining in the German. So great, yeah. An oath means, in French, it's a French word. Oath is like pure. For example, oath on dance. Oath on dance, c'est le for toi, c'est lequel est le me foi, passionné naranea, Casanelia, Dolph. God, you're a fucking Dolph, man. I know how to be an influencer today, like, I'm just schizophrenic, I've got schizophrenia, so it's a bit hard to get along with people. Just a bit different, isn't it? Anyway, my fag's over. So growth, yeah, just focus on the character, mate. Focus on your character. And watch yourself skyrocket.